Hi, I'm Danny and these are my Diecast Disasters. In this video I'm going to be restoring and customizing a couple of pretty iconic Japanese rally cars, the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution and the Subaru Impreza WRX. They are both Hot Wheels cars. The Lancer is a 2008 model. I'm not sure exactly what year this body colour was released, but it's got a plastic body and a metal base. And our Impreza, I believe, is a 2004 model. It's based off of the 2004 World Rally Champs car. And this paint job, I believe, was 2014 release, so it's not really that old. So let's just take a quick look at them off of the turntable. It's an odd colour, this Evo, sort of a muted metallic purple with some pretty ugly tampos on it. And as I mentioned before, it's a plastic body with a metal base. So I've got an idea of something cool we can do with this car later on. And our Impreza here, this one's in a little rougher condition. The tampos are a bit rubbed off here and there, and it's got a few paint chips in it. Those wheels are also looking pretty awful. You'd think they would have put gold rimmed wheels on it actually. And this one is the typical metal body and a plastic base. So we'll crack on and take the cars apart. I'm using a 4mm drill to drill out the posts here. Pretty easy to drill out those crappy plastic posts. And again, drilling out the two posts in the Subaru. And taking it apart. So as I mentioned earlier, I had a cool idea for the Lancer. I just got one of these new 2020 Lancers the other day, and it has a metal body. So I thought maybe I could combine the two cars and make a fully metal Lancer. So here are my two metal car bodies. I'll just use some poly stripper to strip the paint off them. Here they are after paint stripping. They've got a few scraps of paint left on them and some oxidation, so I'll get rid of that with a wire brush on my rotary tool. And here they are after a good burnishing, looking a bit cleaner. Now I'll try fitting the metal base onto the metal body of the Lancer. You can see they don't fit quite right. It's got those tabs at the back there, and the front post is in a totally different position. To fix this, I'm going to use my rotary tool to cut off the end of the front post, and I also cut the rear tabs in half on the base. And now the two metal parts fit together nicely. There, that's pretty cool. A fully metal Lancer. I bet that'd go down the Hot Wheels track pretty fast. I use a 1.7mm drill and a 256 tap to drill and tap the posts on the car bodies. Of course, I'm not going to tap the front post on the Lancer because I chopped it off. With the prep work done on the bodies, I give them a clean with some isopropyl alcohol, and then I paint them both with a black primer. I then painted the Evo in a nice red, and I painted the Subaru in a Tamiya mica blue lacquer. And here they are after painting, and I'm halfway through detailing them. I'm pretty pleased with how that Subaru blue has come out. You can see I've painted the lights and the black areas. I'll just be painting over the rear lights in a clear red, and also using a clear orange to do the indicators. The red I've used on the Evo here is just the standard Vallejo acrylic red. So once I'd finished detailing the lights, these were both given 2 coats of nice gloss varnish. The 2 bases I just ended up spray painting black, and I had to detail a couple of lights on the Evo base. Here is the interior for the Subaru. Looks pretty crap and white. And here are the interiors for the Mitsubishi. You can see the older interior here is the classic 2-part one, and the newer interior is just a 1 cast piece. I'm going to use the older one because it's already black. You can see I've detailed the dash there with some silver, and I've painted the seats here white, and then I painted over them in red. So I think that will look pretty cool with the red body of the car. And the interior for the Subaru, I've just left it mostly black, but I've painted the metal areas like the floor in the same colour as the body of the car. Now I'm just going to use the nice clean windscreen from the new Lancer, but the Subaru windscreen was a little bit scuffed. From my experience, it's pretty difficult to sand and polish these smoky Hot Wheels windows. They tend to just go all hazy. So I'm just give it a good dip in some self-shining floor polish. And so here are all the parts of our 2 cars, refurbished, repainted and ready to go back together. Got some nice new gold wheels there for the Subaru and some black ones for the Mitsubishi. Just had to put the cars back together, and then I can do them up with some button head screws. And these wheels are pretty easy to put on, they just press onto the axles. Well, that's all the hard work done, but just before we take a look at the finished cars, we'll take a quick look back and be reminded of what we started with. Here is our Mitsubishi Evo, odd purple colour with a plastic body. Some weird looking tampos on it. Let's see if we can tidy it up and make it look a bit better. And here it is, our finished 2008 Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution, repainted in a nice shiny red. It's got some nice new wheels there. It's had the interior detailed. And to make this one just a little bit special, it's had the plastic body replaced with a new metal body. So it's an all metal Hot Wheels Mitsubishi Evo. Those of you who watch all of my videos will know that I don't do a lot of JDM cars, so I kind of find them a bit of a challenge actually, but I'm really pleased with how these have come out. I thought doing the Evo in red would be a nice juxtaposition to the blue Subaru, which we'll take a look at now. And here is our scruffy looking original with its worn out tampos. And I'm not so keen on the blue paint job they've given it. I don't think it looks quite right. Let's see how it looks after our custom makeover. And here it is, our finished Subaru WRX Impreza. It's got a nice new blue paint job. It's been detailed inside and out. And it's got some proper looking gold wheels on it now. Again, I really like how this has come out. I'm really pleased with that blue paint job. You can let me know what you think of them in the comments down below. What's your favourite, the Evo or the Impreza? Did you own one of these when you were young, or do you own one now? I can't say I've actually had much experience with Evos myself, but I've been in quite a few drives in the WRXs, and man, they are pretty awesome cars. And as a little bonus at the end of the video, I've made a cool diorama base of a old graffiti wall and like an old city lot. So coming right up, you'll be able to check that out. Before I go, I'll just say a big thanks to everyone for all the awesome comments and likes on my videos. Extra big thanks to my Patreon supporters who help to support the channel by giving a little bit each month through Patreon. This helps me to keep making videos like this for you guys to watch. If you'd like to help out as well, you can check out my Patreon page. There's a link in the description down below, along with a link to get 10% off of Starbond Superglue. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to subscribe and click the bell so that you get notifications. Give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends.